Well, I try to tell you so. Yes, I did. But I guess you didn't know. As the said, the story goes. Baby, now I got the flow. Cause I knew it from the start. Baby, when you broke my heart, that I had to come again and show you that I'd win. You lied to me. All those times I said that I loved you. You lied to me. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. You lied to me. Even though you knew I'd die for you. You lied to me. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried. Return of the man. It is. Return of the man. Come on. Return of the man. Oh my God. You know that I've been there. Here I am. Return of the man. Once again. Return of the man. Top of the world. Rock my flow. So I'm back up in the game. Running fast.
Can I go ahead and ask you, what made you want to join SLB?
There's a lot of great things that make SLB so special, especially the brotherhood aspect. I met remarkable people that made a change in Tamiu, and not only in Tamiu but in our fraternity as well.
I've seen many people from wherever I've been, way back in high school, come into this fraternity, and seen many friends also go for it also. So me being very inspired by a lot of people, I tend to always go for what I think would be best for me.
So me and one of my line brothers, Jay Ariaga, basically we go way back, and I remember we had a conversation saying that, hey, let's go check them out together, and if we find one we both really want to join, that we would make a pact to do it together and see it all the way through to the very end. So we did exactly that. We made the pact, went out, we went to go check out the organizations. The first organization I caught my attention were the Betas. Brothers of Sigma the Beta. So we both approached them, and I got to meet my membership educator, as well as my big during that day. So I got to meet with them. I really felt that connection with them. Overall, that sense of like I can find my place here with them. So I ended up signing up with my line brother, and 4 years later, here we are to this very day, and I don't regret that decision.
I wanted to do more. During high school, the most I did was play golf, and it was fun. I loved going out of town, and I made a bond with those friends as well from golf. And so after I graduated, I was seeking something similar, but adding more to it. Step out of my comfort zone, go from a shy, awkward boy to at least an awkward, outgoing boy. And so I ended up choosing Sigma Lambda Beta.
I joined SLB because they made the effort to know me, to get to know what I'm like, and to try to recruit me. I joined because I had felt a real connection with my OL, Jonathan Moncada, who was able to guide me into that position.
At first I didn't know it was a fraternity, but then I was interested because I liked the way they portrayed it, so especially Nathan, when he was wearing his line jacket and then you had all the symbols and logos. At first I didn't know what all that was, but I was interested to know. So then school started and he hit me up, I think it was on Instagram, like to join. So I'm like, okay, let me see what it's about. I think the one event I did go was the pool party at the ROC with the Gammas. There I met the whole active class. They were very welcoming. I met all E-board and then also all the members, and I just liked the way the vibes were there. I asked them a lot of questions like, hey, what is it really about? Are you guys like the stereotype? And they were like, no. They were true to that.
I wanted to join SLB because of the brotherhood. I never really had friends when I came onto campus. I felt like this was the perfect way, and I'm beyond blessed to be able to call these guys my brothers.
Well, I wanted to join Sigma Lambda Beta because I wanted to grow as a person. I wanted to be able to help out the community, learn the skills, develop the skills to be able to learn to help the community, and to be someone other people can depend on in the future when things get hard.
I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. Like as soon as I graduated high school, I stuck to that same clique of friends, and I wanted to try something new. I wanted to try something different. So I went out on my own and I gave Sigma Lambda Beta a chance. And I honestly never could have thought that it would be a life-changing decision.
Understanding your situation, you were a founder, one of the 7 founders that established the entity of the Gamma Epsilon chapter of Sigma Lambda Beta into Tamiu. So can you tell me a little bit about that, like how it all started? What made you want to bring Sigma Lambda Beta to Tamiu?
So I have to give credit, like where I was at the time, it was like a recruitment night or informational night at the RLC clubhouse, and at the time there was only one other fraternity on campus, and Greek life was relatively small. Still is, but it was smaller back then. What ended up occurring, I was just sitting down, relaxing, just waiting to get picked up home because I didn't have a car. And I'm looking, and one of my friends who is a sorority member, I start telling her like, hey, there needs to be a change because there's only one Greek on campus, or at least one fraternity on campus. Co-ed wasn't really my deal, and she put into the idea in my head like, hey, why don't you think about expanding another fraternity to our campus? And I was like, that's a possible idea. I mean, I was just a nobody person, so to speak. So we went over to the computer areas, and I just started with her looking over different fraternities around the area. One that stood out was Sigma Lambda Beta. I liked that energy that they felt, that they were giving off. So that was, okay, I'm curious about that information. Later on, when I sent that information to nationals, said, hey, I want to expand, or at least I want to be a member, how can I do it? They ended up, another chapter, Omega Alpha, ended up contacting us and saying, hey, we want to go meet you guys because a D-Psi member, her friends were brothers. And they came to my house, they met other possible interests of Sigma Lambda Beta with me, and they were amazing. Like, I love that energy. They were so polite, they were so kind. I felt honest. They felt that they were being completely honest, and that's what drove me to go more into, I want to be a brother.
How much has being a brother of Sigma Lambda Beta impacted your life?
I'm gonna say that it's impacted my life quite a bit. When I came here to Laredo from California after my dad retired to start school here, I didn't have the same connection that a lot of people did when coming to school here. You know, oh, what high school did you go to? Oh yeah, I know that one, or things like that. I never had that.
It's had a huge impact. I mean, I've done things I never thought I'd ever do. These guys pushed me to the best of my ability, which I really like. It's just an honor to be part of this brotherhood. I believe in the principles, and it's what I represent, it's what they represent, so it's had a huge impact on me.
A lot. Like, I would not want to dance, I couldn't dance, I didn't really want to talk to people, I was already shy. And as soon as I joined the fraternity, I just started growing.
I've been networking more, I've seen other chapters, I like the way we're international, the only international fraternity on campus. The resources SLB has, also like how we get along with the Gammas, and then how I have my line sisters as well. Everybody around us, the community's also great. Just like they see us, they see our colors, they're like, oh, that's the Betas.
So joining the fraternity has made me become a way better person than I was before. More talkative, more interactive, and more professional.
It has allowed me to learn a lot, develop a lot of new skills that are very useful, especially to help out the community, to give back.
The main thing about this organization is that it changed my perspective of myself. that I don't necessarily have to follow other people, that if I want something, I can just go out and see it for myself or take that experience or whatever it is that it may be. That's how it changed me. It's made me realize that I can just, whatever I want to pursue, I can just go for it.
I was thinking about joining and about fraternity. I was also looking for that opportunity to make those bonds that were missing in my life. And I think that something I'm always proud to say is I go up to my brothers and I say, like, hey, that's my brother. These guys literally are my brothers. I take that with pride and love because the fact is that these guys are literally my second family.
It helped me understand that it's okay to feel the way that I feel, but it's just channeling it more, like the whole process, and I'm not talking about the process just within that semester. I mean the process of what it means to be a brother and still being a brother, that process where it's amazing. Like I look at it now as an adult perspective, 31 years old, 10 years later, and I cannot, if I were to ask my younger self who just crossed, do we feel the same about the fraternity? No, because what I feel right now is rewarding.
It's impacted me very much. I was always the quiet kid, kind of never was outgoing, outspoken. So that brotherhood and that like social aspect made me kind of made my communication skills a little bit better. Not only that, just being president of one of the best organizations on campus kind of just makes you feel involved and it makes you feel at home. So I'm really thankful for all my bros that were able to do that for me.
So in your own personal opinion, what is it about SLB that makes it unique compared to the other organizations on campus?
What makes SLB more unique is that we are basically international. We stretch from more corners of the world than any other fraternity or sorority here on campus. And we also have a more cultural approach to many of our events.
I can definitely say that something that makes Sigma Lambda Beta unique is the brotherhood. It's the bond that we have, the bond that we share. It's something very, very beautiful that I don't think I would get to experience in any other part of life.
I think it's the overall sense of our bond with each other and how we portray ourselves that just makes us very unique.
SLB is unique just because the bonds that I was able to make with not only in my organization but with other orgs as well. We really try to, greet the Greek community as one, because with us, we'd like to see it grow as well.
Well, definitely, probably the biggest part is that it is a very accepting organization of any kind of people, no matter your background, no matter your history, no matter who you are. But we appreciate and we embrace people of different backgrounds, no matter what your preference is, what you like, that this organization is very accepting of any people, no matter who you are.
We're international. We have brothers from Puerto Rico, Philippines, and the UK. We have just different varieties. We're from coast to coast, from one side of the US to the other. There's just so much in there. You can travel out of town, out of state. You can go all the way to different countries and meet brothers over there. I've even had brothers reach out when I was in the Netherlands wanting to hang out.
What makes us different from other orgs is that we each represent something else. I mean, we are all different, which makes us unique. Even though we are all different, we all still love each other. We are a brotherhood.
We wanted to be a part of this brotherhood so we could feel somebody's always there for us. Now it's not somebody anymore. It's hundreds and thousands of brothers who understand you, who love you, and that's it. Just bros love you all across the nation. They don't need to know you. They just need to know that you're there for them.
I think just our brotherhood aspect, and we truly stand true to our pillars and everything, which is pretty much brotherhood, scholarship, community service, and cultural awareness. We give the best, and we just give that opportunity for everyone to join our organization. And it's one of the best of the best, I'd recommend, than my say, but I might be biased.
For sure, I'd say it's the brotherhood aspect. Like, we don't like portray the image and then not be it. We actually are about it.
Final question would be, since establishing this chapter, we have completed a major milestone in the current history for the Gamma Epsilon chapter by becoming 10 years old since being founded in Tamiu. Being one of the very few people that helped create that and bring it, where would you want to see this chapter be in the next 10 years?
First, I gotta say, the stuff that the chapter has done within the first 10 years, from struggling to now being dominant, in my opinion, on Tamiu, I want them to see more beyond Tamiu. I want to give back to the community, as in I want them for the next 10 years is to have a name in Laredo. Like, awesome. University, you have a name for yourself. But it's just not only Tamiu, it's Laredo. It's our home for many of us. We were born and raised here. Now let's give back. I mean, obviously we're not superstars, but we have a name for ourselves. Remember, the fraternity does not make the brother. The brother makes the fraternity. And it's our time to give back. Within these next 10 years, we're gonna go beyond just Tamiu. And that's what I expect.
On behalf of Alpha Psi Lambda, we would like to congratulate Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity, Corazon de Leon Gamma Epsilon chapter here at Tamiu for their 10th year anniversary. Congratulations!
Happy anniversary from the honeys!
Lovely ladies of Sigma Delta Lambda Sorority Incorporated,
We would like to wish
a happy 10-year anniversary
to the brothers of Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated.
From the Women of Distinction, we would like to wish the Gamma Epsilon chapter of Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated a happy 10-year anniversary of establishment.
Much Gamma love from the Poly Phi Epsilon chapter.
I just want to congratulate the guys from Sigma Lambda Beta Fraternity for getting to the 10-year mark. It is such a huge honor to have been their advisor these past few years, and watching all the young men flourish into the wonderful adults that they've grown into today has been quite a privilege. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming today, and I wish this fraternity all the luck in the world.